I only take 2 peptides to make my skin look like this.
This little blue peptide is absolutely incredible.
So I'm taking peptides.
They're unapproved drugs, and we don't know if they're safe, but it seems like everyone is taking them.
Peptides are exploding in popularity.
Injectable peptides.
Now to something everyone seems to be talking about, peptides.
I've talked to people that are teenagers all the way up to senior citizens who are injecting peptides. Some of them are very interested in getting muscle gains. A lot of people want to have clear skin. They want their hair to grow long, like they're very interested in sort of the aesthetic benefits. A lot of the peptides that we're seeing today are synthetic versions of peptides that exist in our body, but they might be modified to perhaps make them more effective.
And peptides are used in some FDA-approved medications.
For example, GLP-1 is a peptide that exists in the body. So it tells your brain and other parts of your body how to manage the food and when to stop eating. GLP-1 drugs are based off of that GLP-1 peptide. They're modified to be more effective in your body. Ozempic was an incredibly buzzy drug because people could see how much weight people were losing when they were injecting this drug. As people saw the results from Ozempic, they started thinking, like, what other injections might there be to help me achieve other sort of desired outcomes? When it comes to the unapproved peptides that we're talking about, some have more research than others. So there's a lot we don't know about their safety, effectiveness, dosing, and certainly we don't know much about their manufacturing process. People are turning to the gray market, which is where they're finding peptides that are sold for research use only, which means they are not approved for human consumption.
This is also for research purposes only, not for human consumption.
And yet people are buying them without a prescription and injecting them at home.
Here are 3 peptides I put my dad on so he'd live forever.
A lot of what's out there about these unapproved peptides is anecdotal.
I went down a rabbit hole so that you don't have to.
I was doing 2.5 milligrams every other day.
I'm not gonna say the full words or the names of them. I'm gonna talk in code word.
There might be 3 different peptides combined into one vial that you're buying on the internet. Sometimes people are cobbling together their own stack and they're just saying like, hey, I want to do X, Y, and Z peptide, and then they're taking those together. They can cost anywhere from tens of dollars to hundreds of dollars per vial. All of this is, I mean, it is essentially a trust system.
My trusted source and vendor, the one that I have linked in my bio, as well as a coupon code for you all.
Just put a comment peptide. I'll give you the website.
You have to trust your supplier because none of it is being really regulated at this point. There's one peptide called MT2 and people are taking it for tanning purposes. Now it increases the melanin in your skin. Your moles might grow larger or you might get new moles. There have been some studies that show it could increase your chances of melanoma. When you're taking these peptides, you're taking on all the benefits, but also all these serious health risks that might come too. The FDA is going to have an advisory panel meet in July to discuss whether it should make some of these peptides that were restricted back in 2023 more widely available again.
I'm very anxious to move, probably not all of those peptides, some of them are in litigation, but about 14 of them back to making them more accessible.
Now, the argument for advocates of peptides that this would help eliminate some of the gray market that exists today, make them safer because they would be coming from, manufacturers that are monitored for sterility and things like that that come with making an injection. Regardless of what happens in July, many of these peptides are still not nearly as widely studied as any FDA-approved drug.